Susie.
How are you?
I'm really well, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in today.
And thank you for inviting me. It's such a beautiful space, and I feel so, cocooned in its beauty. It's absolutely lovely. It feels very safe here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is. It's quite zen-like, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes, so Carole, my lovely friend, is she does amazing cranial osteopathy and osteopathy. You've been doing it for years, haven't you?
Yes, I graduated in 1979
Gosh.
as an osteopath. And then later, in the late 1980s, I started doing my cranial training.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, so yeah, you know what you're doing by now.
Well,
don't you?
I love what I'm doing.
Yes, it shows. Well, last week I had a treatment with you, didn't I?
Yes.
And it was really lovely. I mean, I have been to you before.
Absolutely.
Maybe a couple of years ago.
It's a few years ago.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. And so, cut a long story short, I had a very bruised coccyx from an operation that I had 3 years ago, and it hasn't really healed, and I have to be careful how I sit and all that stuff, and it's quite painful, especially in the car. So I went to see Carole last week, and you did some cranial on me, didn't you? And you put your hands under the coccyx and also around the nape of my neck, didn't you? Anyway, and I felt incredibly relaxed. It was so beautiful, and I had a bit of an experience where I saw a friend of mine that I'd lost, that you also were friends with, and sort of in my vision, and she sort of came to me like she was in a garden, and it was just her head and shoulders, and it was a very spiritual experience. And
lovely.
I know, it really, all I did was smile. It wasn't sad, and she was smiling at me, and with the sun in her hair, and it was all this transference of this amazing energy. That was my feeling of it.
Yeah.
And she was letting me know that she was well and happy.
Oh, it's lovely.
Or safe and happy,
Yeah.
or in a beautiful environment. So, and then on the physical side of things, I floated out of your clinic, didn't I?
Yes.
Floated out of your clinic, which is in beautiful historic Lingfield, and it's got a lot of history there, hasn't it? And it is it's a really beautiful village, a nice setting for your practice.
Yeah.
So when you've had a treatment, you can just wander around the village and have a look at all the ancient buildings. I got back in my car, and I didn't, I was quite floaty, and I thought, well, I'll have something to eat, so I need to ground myself. So I didn't drive off immediately. But then on the way home, I started to think, my spine doesn't hurt.
Oh, well, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah, and normally it does, because you, like anything, if you've got a bruise on the bottom of your spine, you certainly know about it, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're sitting, standing, you just can't get comfortable. And I would say, I mean, I'm aware that I still need to be careful with it, but the truth is, I would say that was 80% better.
Just with one treatment?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really encouraging.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know. And
But it's amazing. It is amazing. And thank you, more to the point.
it's lovely to be able to help people, isn't it?
Yeah. So how would you explain how cranial osteopathy works?
Well, I think osteopathy is not ordinary osteopathy, nothing's ordinary about it.
No.
But classical osteopathy is about the sort of basic philosophy behind it was always taught to me as structure governs function. So as far as I'm concerned, if you can remove the obstacles to what's affecting the way the structure of the body is, the body will function better. It's like anything mechanically, if the structure's not right, it doesn't work very well, does it?
No.
So if you get the structure right, and as far as the body's concerned, everything can flow better. You'd hopefully stop hurting.
Yes.
And all your circulation, your blood flow, your fluids that are sort of our body's full of fluid, and all that can flow better. And with cranial, it goes deeper in as much as the skull, the cranium that most people call the skull, and the sacral area, which is part of your pelvis. If those two are free and all the little bones within those structures are working better, that allows the fluids to flow better. It allows all the fascia, which is your connective tissues, that to unwind. And I think by unwinding the connective tissues, by affecting, the structure of the head and the sacrum, or any part of the body actually, you're allowing the body to realign itself, rebalance itself, and your own body's capable of healing itself. And so it's basically removing the obstacles to your own inner healing abilities.
And we are amazing as people, aren't we?
Absolutely.
We're so intricate, and emotions, they are responsible for a lot of things, of how our energy flows.
Absolutely. Emotion's probably one of the main causes of imbalance, and it being ill at ease, which people think was disease, when
that's right,
it's actually being ill at ease.
It is.
So by looking at what's behind our imbalances, often emotions have one of the biggest parts, I believe, don't you? Really?
Yeah, I do. So going back to the coccyx issue, that was from trauma. So, so what I'm getting at is the energy that, your skills and what you're giving in your treatments is obviously dispelling that negative emotional energy, isn't it?
It is, because you could be stuck structurally. The body can, have an injury, and you think, somebody's kicked you in the knee in a football match for men or women play football, don't they? So if you can get a knock or a bang, and you think, that's responsible for that person having a pain. Yeah. But that usually resolves itself quite quickly, or sometimes you can do a little bit of adjustment and it resolves itself. But often trauma comes with much deeper emotional impact on us.
It does.
So your body gets held in that structural imbalance, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you release that, you're releasing the emotion as well.
Yeah.
But to release the structure, sometimes you have to release the emotion first.
Yes.
Or together. So by creating a safe environment for the patient to be in, by holding their body and just following what their body is telling you, tuning into where the restrictions are, and just holding it and allowing the body sort of, as soon as you touch somebody, the body responds to touch. So the connective tissues unwind. Yeah. So by unwinding, then the structure can realign itself.
Yes.
And especially something like that where you're held in emotional trauma as well.
Absolutely.
From that injury.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, no, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. So, and emotions are timeless, as we know, aren't they? And things, I guess you have people from all walks of life, don't you?
Absolutely. And a lot of people find it very hard to connect or, the holistic aspects. Yes. A lot of people will only believe that they've got a pain because they've done something physically.
Yes.
And then you explain that stress is the biggest issue behind it all, and they say, well, no, I'm not stressed.
Yeah, that's it. I know.
In a very defensive way.
Yes.
And I said, well, it'd be unusual if you weren't, because we're all under pressure these days, aren't we?
Are,
with our work pressures, our home life pressures, balancing time. It's all very well being laid back, but sometimes you've got to be somewhere at a certain time, and then you can get stuck in traffic.
Absolutely.
There's endless possibilities that create stress. And I think that makes your body go into an alert mode.
It does.
And holds it in this alert mode where your body's waiting to take action, which you can't always take.
No, it's a bit like being chased by paper tigers, isn't it?
Yes.
They're not real, but you feel like you're being chased by something.
And that's right, your body
looking at the watch all the time.
So your poor nervous system, you've got an automatic nervous system called the autonomic nervous system.
Yes.
That works on the sympathetic and parasympathetic parts of our body, which, in other words, when we're lying down, relaxed, resting, asleep, our parasympathetic comes into play, allowing our body to relax.
Yeah,
and zone out and sleep well, and recover from anything that's going on in our lives. And then the sympathetic is when we need to be busy, we need to be rushing out the door, we need to, if we're running, it goes into sympathetic mode. If you're busy working, it goes into sympathetic mode. I mean, we need that as well, or else we'd never move.
No, we wouldn't.
But you need it to be in balance, and you need it to switch from one to the other appropriately. But today's modern lifestyle, for most of us, we could easily go into sympathetic mode and be held there. Yeah. As you say, you're then the paper tigers analogy.
Exactly, yeah.
So your body's like this, on alert mode all the time. So that affects everything in your system, everything, your whole being.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's just a matter of trying to turn that back, get it back into a normal balance, and that's what cranial work does. It works balancing the nervous system, releasing any structures that are stuck, but it's very gentle because the movement's so gentle.
So it was so relaxing.
And it's very safe. It will only the body will only respond when it wants to.
Yeah. And the next day, so I felt like I had a bit of a slight hangover. Because although the treatment's very gentle, I am a bit hypersensitive, to be honest.
Yes. And part of your charm,
that's it. Yeah. And so I felt like I was detoxing from the treatment.
Yes.
So it was very, very gentle. But I know that it works and it's very powerful because of how I was the next day. Because particularly all round here, I almost felt like I'd had too much to drink. That sort of slightly groggy. Nothing terrible. I mean, I was able to function.
Yeah, I suppose when you have a lot of time, when people have treatments, particularly gentle treatments, they presume it's not doing much, or some people will feel it more. Some people are very in tune with what their body's going through and happening within themselves. But when you start shifting things, it's basically your body then trying to sort itself. It's over to your body. I'm helping your body think, okay, let's get on with this work. And if you're clearing, as I was saying earlier, if you're clearing obstructions to the structure, the way, and then how the body's functioning, you're going to be releasing a certain amount of toxins.
Yes.
Because the toxins hang around in our body when we're static. It's like if you've got a river flowing, if you imagine the fluids flowing through the body, your blood, your lymphatic fluid, your fluid that's within the fascia, the connective tissue fluids, in other words.
Yes.
All of those need to be free flowing for health, to help your body be healthy.
Yeah.
And if there's twists and turns and gnarls and twists in the body, it can't flow properly. So once it's then straightened out a little bit and unwound, the body then starts flowing. And so you're also going to get releasing of the toxins that have been held in certain tissues.
Yeah.
And that can make you feel a bit awful.
So that's probably what it was.
It can. I hope I did warn you. I do say to people,
you did
you
say.
might feel a bit groggy for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Possibly. Not everybody does.
Well, it just shows you it works, really, doesn't it?
Yes. And then your body's then sort of getting on with its business that it's capable of.
Well, I just knew I had to drink a lot more, really.
Yeah, flush the system through a little bit, help it along. Like when you have a very heavy massage,
Exactly.
a very deep tissue massage, you can feel awful after that, can't you?
Oh yes.
But the same with any of this body work. You're releasing blockages. You're freeing the body of blockages, basically.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
And I think that when you're looking at fluid flow of the body, there's so much of us is actually fluid.
Yeah.
And when you look at water courses, you look at rivers, streams, you don't, if there's an obstruction, the river doesn't flow properly, and you get all this static build up of
algae,
stagnant water and algae, and all this all builds up.
Packet, hopefully not.
And then if you sort of just clear, if you clear that blockage in the river, the water flows again.
That's
and
right.
that's the same as us, really.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
We need everything to be flowing.
Yeah. So would you say is there any person with any medical condition that couldn't have cranial?
I think, well, like anything, you're always mindful of and watch out for red flags when you're treating anybody.
Yeah.
If somebody, I would say most people can have cranial sacral treatment because it's gentle. You're not being forceful, so you're not going to damage bones or muscles. You're not going to damage anything.
No.
But like any treatment, if somebody's undergoing, say for instance, if they're on chemotherapy, I won't do anything unless the patient has checked with the oncologist about whether it's safe.
Yeah.
Because if somebody has, such serious illness, and the fact that cancer cells can be spread through the lymphatic system, clearly if you're stimulating the flow of fluid, I'd be very cautious.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And we'll check in with the the oncologist or the specialist that's treating that patient, and make sure that we're not going to do anything. But I think cranial sacral treatment is probably one of the safest treatments. I mean, osteopathy, which is amazing, and I love osteopathy.
I love that too. Yes.
Obviously, you're articulating, moving things about, and when it comes to certain people do like manipulation, where you hear the bones clicking or cracking, releasing.
Right.
Obviously, if somebody's got osteoporosis, as an example, you wouldn't do that sort of work on them. You do the tissue work, and I would tend to use other gentle techniques.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So you obviously, that's why you need to understand the body's, the patient's health history before you can touch them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But cranial sacral work, I would say, for most people is totally safe, and it's totally safe on a newborn baby.
Oh, how wonderful.
Because you're just helping that baby when a baby is born with trauma, which often happens through a difficult delivery.
That's it,
Cesareans, Ventouse, forceps, precipitous deliveries where they come out really fast.
Yes.
All of that is traumatic on that little baby's head and on their system.
The bones are all soft, aren't they? And not.
Well, they're very. There's a lot of gaps between the bones where they haven't fully grown. There's a lot of soft tissue still there in that little skull, obviously. So by gently holding the body, the baby's system knows what to do, because they haven't got the baggage that we have.
No.
So they're willing. They just adjust, and their body sort of realigns itself, and you can help babies that, for instance, have colic or having poor latching issues, when they're breastfed. All of these can be just to do with the nervous system being in a bit of shock or slightly out of alignment. And so you can just hold the baby, and the body will sort of adjust, because it does most of that anyway, but it just helps the baby. It just helps the baby to be released from any trauma that's unnecessary, really.
Exactly.
So I think it's a lovely thing to do.
It is. What a wonderful thing to do.
I know, and babies love it. Babies absolutely.
I bet you love when they come in, don't you?
They're gorgeous anyway, aren't they? I mean,
they are
beautiful to see new life, and just to, for that baby system to allow you to help them. It's a great privilege, I think.
Oh, it is, absolutely.
And very effective.
Oh, thank you. So, would you say that you specialise in like you were talking about the babies? Do you specialise in any one thing? Are you drawn to one subject, or is it like an overall?
Yeah, I think I like the variety. I like people to come with all sorts of issues and problems, and I love to work. But my main pleasure is when the patient works with you.
Yeah.
When they want to get better and they want you to help them to get better, and you can work as a team.
Yeah, definitely. Just a reminder to hit the sub button, like, comment and share to help us grow our channel. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
And I love, obviously, it's a great joy to treat babies. I mean, I can treat babies all day long and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you're also treating the parents, because you're helping them all bond better because they're not so stressed. The mum's not so stressed, dad's not so stressed because the baby's crying a lot, or and it helps that whole family unit.
Yeah, that's beautiful,
to feel better. And that's a great pleasure. But I wouldn't say I specialise in one thing.
No.
I think I'm just very lucky that I like to adapt whatever my treatment needs to be because of the patient.
Yeah.
So I work with the patient and their needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wouldn't say I do specialise,
actually.
No.
Oh, well, that's a good way. So you really, I mean, you can treat pretty much anything, can't you?
Well, I wouldn't say I can treat anything because I don't think anybody can.
No, but you can do any.
I like to help anybody that is willing to help themselves.
To heal,
And obviously there are times when I think maybe another therapy, they might need to go back to their GP if they've got something I'm concerned about.
Sure, yes.
Or they, you're not going to interfere in something that's really sending you red flags.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then it's up to the patient how they then follow up.
Yeah, of course.
With their diagnosis, if they get a diagnosis, or it's got to be the patient led.
Yeah,
really.
Absolutely.
But I think I can, most people have structural problems that come to me. That's why they come initially, because that's what they associate me with. And they might have headaches, migraines, chronic fatigue syndrome, all sorts of conditions. But basically, the overall reason I can help with their help is because we're trying to get the body back into balance. So the patient reaches their full potential, whatever that's going to be for them.
Yeah, well, that sounds good.
I suppose, yes, I could treat people of any age.
Yeah,
because you adapt your treatment according to their needs. But and I don't profess to treat any disease. No. It's just helping their body get back into better balance.
Absolutely.
So yes, and I guess a wide range of patients, a wide range of conditions.
Oh wow! So I mean, it's a very valuable skill that you have brought, really, isn't it? What made you want to get into doing it? When you were young.
Well, I grew up with my father that was in and out of hospital a lot, and I had this yearning to make people better. From a small child, thought I was going to be a nurse and I was going to make everybody better.
Oh,
like children have that, and I was the one playing nurses, as a child.
Yes.
And then when I was about 16, a friend of mine introduced me to an osteopath because I was getting backache from quite a young age myself.
Right.
And I saw this osteopath and I found it amazing. So I used to talk to him about what he was doing and why it was working. And I questioned him and he would explain about holistic therapies generally. So I started thinking, well, this makes sense. Treating the causes of issues rather than symptoms only. By removing, the symptoms are just telling you there's something wrong.
Yeah.
So I suppose I had this. I resonated with the holistic principles.
Yeah.
Then at 18, I went off to do my nursing, and I lasted 1 year.
Oh wow!
Because I was going back to the osteopath because way back in the 70s you were lifting heavy patients, you were doing much heavy work.
Not allowed to do that now.
I was messing my back up. going to see the osteopath, and one day he said to me, I reckon you'll be an osteopath, you're going to change. And I said, well, I have been thinking about that, because I found it difficult for me to not be able to see what the cause of problems were.
Yeah.
It's just a different route into helping people, isn't it? I mean,
it is.
With nursing, you were looking at the nursing aspect was lovely. But if I questioned anything, I used to get into trouble for asking too many questions, because I was there to learn techniques, not reasons why the person was ill, or shouldn't have questioned things. And I found I just didn't want to give out, I suppose I felt more in tune with the holistic way of working.
You probably felt a little bit restricted in how you wanted to be.
Yeah, and I thought, can I do this the rest of my life, or do I want to do the more holistic work? So I applied to do osteopathy, and that's how it started. And then that was it. I never regretted a day of it.
No. Well, you glow when you talk about, what
it is
you
lovely.
do.
It is lovely.
So it's obviously a real passion.
It is.
Yeah.
And it just led me into, looking at all the therapies that help people, and I think they all work together. When people talk about complementary therapies, I don't like the word alternative therapies, because it makes you seem as if you're not quite right. It's not quite okay.
Yes.
But complementary therapies, it means you're complementing the body's healing.
Absolutely.
And they complement each other. The different therapies work well together.
They do, and also complementing medical care as well.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
So if somebody who's undergoing some orthodox medical care, it can help that process as well, can't it?
Yeah, because it's the whole being, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just, it's not like taking your car to the garage and then you keep saying, well, that light keeps coming on, and then the mechanic will go, oh, we'll just take it out. Won't look further to why that light's on.
And that's that's exactly it. It's like if somebody's got a painful knee, normally, traditionally, people just look at the knee. The specialists will look at the knee.
Yeah, the mechanics of it all.
Yeah, rather than the knee is part of everything else and what else is going on. So, yes, sometimes you do need the operation on the knee.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had 2 hip replacements.
Oh, have you?
Never thought I would need them, because the way I am. But I think because it's a familial tendency to have arthritis, and I've done very well, really. Kept well, but I think it's just wear and tear with me, and leaning over patients all day and doing all the earlier stuff of lifting heavy people. I've always been very physical, and they were worn out, basically. And I thought, well, I can either ignore it, and I tried to for some time, and in the end I thought, no, I do need help. And that's when I think conventional medicine is amazing.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And then, of course, I did all the exercises and so on, and then I'm looking at, you start looking at your diet more. And all the other, making sure that you are looking after yourself properly, holistically. But as I say, all of us sometimes need a bit of surgery, or, you can't just pretend everything's going to be wonderful.
No.
Maybe with a small child, if they're given the opportunity to start and carry on with a good diet, and that sort of holistic lifestyle, they could avoid a lot of problems. And we can just decide whatever goes on in our body, we're going to return to full health. Anyway, regardless.
Exactly.
As much as
at any
can.
age.
Yeah, absolutely. No, nothing.
Yeah, and it's quite because sometimes we all eat things we know are probably less than great for us, or drink things that are less than great for us. And sometimes, it's when you are a little bit poorly, it's like your body's saying, look, I've had enough of this. Are you going to treat me better, please?
Yes.
Because otherwise I'm going to give you this, that and that to contend with.
I know. Sometimes it's a bit of a wake-up call, isn't it?
Yes. So, but yes.
But none of us, really, as I say, as we were saying to start with about emotions.
Yeah.
You could be doing everything perfectly, and some people are very rigid with their diet, very rigid about everything they put into their body, which is very admirable and good, you know. But you can be too rigid, and then that becomes a stress.
It does.
And if you're not happy in your life generally, doesn't matter how wonderfully you feed yourself and how wonderfully you exercise and you keep the right nutrition and so on, if there's something really creating an emotional turmoil in your life, that will impact your body. And that, I think, you know, in truth, is partially why my hips went, because I was going through, like most of us, I've been through divorce and all sorts of emotional traumas, which is normal. I'm not saying divorce is normal, but it's unfortunately can happen.
It does happen,
and I'm sure that impacts your body's ability to heal until you can get that right. And sort that out.
I totally agree.
So
again, the emotions.
The emotions come into play.
God, we're so multifaceted, aren't we?
We are. It's very complicated.
It really is.
But I always think, you know, I remember my first ever lecture in osteopathy, they spoke about the three-legged stool. I mean, it was very simple. You know, you've got a stool and you've got one leg that represents the environment, one that represents structure, and one that diet. You can sometimes take one leg away and it'll somehow cope. But if you take more than one away, the stool will collapse.
Gosh.
Same with us, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And you could, you know, look at that deeper and deeper.
Well, it's really interesting.
So we're just going to have a sip of water.
That's all right. So you're available to see in your beautiful garden clinic in Lingfield, and I'll leave Carole's details under the video.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you, Susie. It's been a pleasure.
It's really lovely to see you. You're a beautiful soul.
So are you. Thank you. That's really lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll be doing some more videos soon. So we look forward to seeing you, and thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Very blessings.
Thank you.